The other part is we're in a time where the traditional aspects of relationships and dating is gone. And both men and women are having a hard time adjusting to that. Both men and women are having a hard time finding the new way to be inside of relationship with a prospective partner, with their partner. In other words, you see a lot of men and women are still holding on to the old traditions, to the old way of doing things, to the old expectations. And that's not really going to work. They're holding on to the old ways of dating, the old traditions, all these old things. But at the same time, they have these new expectations and new demands. And like I said, they're not willing to do the old stuff on their side. So men and women are still trying to navigate that landscape. So the question is, well, how do we be together as men and women if the men are empowered and the women are empowered? Now we got to choose to be together. Now we got to choose our roles, inside the relationship. Now we got to choose what we're going to do in terms of finance. Now we got to choose things in terms of how we're going to do conflict resolution. Now we got to choose who's the person that's more dominant in these different situations, whether it's spiritually or whether it's sexually or intimately or financially or socially or whatever it might be. Now we got to choose who's going to be in a particular, role within the relationship. And so that's a new paradigm that people are having a hard time adjusting to because they're still holding on to a lot of the old stuff. They still want to be like, well, I'm the dominant person because I have a penis. Or they still want to be, well, I, get to get everything paid for because I have a vagina. And so you're stuck. You're stuck in between two paradigms. The new paradigm of relationships, which is two empowered, autonomous, sovereign beings come together and choose to live a particular way, choose to relate a particular way, and the old paradigm where you were forced into particular roles, not just by the culture, but by the expectations of the people around you and by what was available from a resource perspective. But right now, everything is available. All the resources are available. So there's nothing holding you back, nothing holding anybody back. And so that's what people are trying to navigate. That's what people are having a hard time doing. Where do I fit in? Where do I find the balance between, okay, me wanting what I want and me being realistic about what my mate should bring to the table, what my prospective partner should provide? I have to negotiate. I have to be flexible. I have to be realistic about what this other human being who also has wants and needs and desires, what they're looking for as well. And so that's a tough place to be for us all, but it's also a very exciting place to be.